And right now it's 12:21 p.m.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order.
Yes.
And we're going to call, do the roll call.
I can do the roll call. Do you like me to?
Okay.
Ms. Eva Montoya? Eva, you're muted.
Present, here.
Okay. Mr. Juan Gonzalez?
Present.
Mr. Oscar Lopez?
Here, present.
And Mr. George Gonzalez and Jose Zuniga are absent. But you do have a quorum.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to start by the approval of the minutes for September 16th, 2020 board meeting. So do I have an approval of these minutes? Anyone in, I don't know if you all had a chance to review them and have any questions?
I move that the minutes be accepted as presented.
I second.
Second, it was done by Eva Montoya and second by Jorge. I'm sorry, by Juan Gonzalez.
Yes.
So minutes approved, motion carried. We're going to go to the next agenda. This is on the citizen comments. Do we have any comments?
So no, so right now, Mr. Lopez, there has been no comments that have been entered, and the cutoff time was 12:15, so there has been no comments.
Okay, so let's move on to the treasurer's report. We have the financial update on the Falcon Bank. They were included there on the attachments on the account deposits. Any questions there?
Yes, so we did send it to you all to review. There hasn't been any significant movement, and the balance still stands as from our most recent bank statement. But any questions, please advise us.
No, I move that the treasurer's report be accepted as presented.
I second.
Okay, it was moved by Eva and second by Juan Gonzalez. So we'll go ahead and move to be approved as presented. The next item, this is on operation and status report by Capstone Real Estate Services, Inc. With discussion and possible action on the Hamilton Apartments repairs, improvements, leases, operations, and management.
So I would like for Sonia or Sarah to present to begin with presenting the variance report, and then I believe they do have some information to share with the board on regards to their last request of finding a realtor to assist with a commercial property, the restaurant area. So Sarah or Sonia, you are muted right now. There you go.
Good morning, or good afternoon, sorry. This is Sarah. I have the variance report. I think a copy was sent to you all, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. You see that our income is affected by the vacancies we have. Year-to-date activity for move-outs has been 26 move-outs from January 1st to today, December 9th. And we've had move-ins. From my report, it was 15. It was just updated to 18. We have had some activity. but the terminations have been greater than our move-ins, so we still remain at 90% occupied. And that is being addressed through advertising. We have an account with Sprout. We have an account with apartments.com. We have placed an ad in the newspaper like Tina recommended. The ad is going to run, or actually it started running Saturday, and it'll run all the way to January 13th. For Laredo Morning Times. We also have a Facebook account that updates or advertises, and it updates 3 times a week. So that's what we're doing for advertising to grow the vacancies there at Hamilton. Our total repair and maintenance variance is due mainly to the supplies needed for the make-readies, because those people that leave, those units need to be fixed and floors need to be installed. Sometimes appliances have to be replaced. So there's a negative variance there. Total monthly services for the month were negative due to OT, and then we had an extra pay week in October. Total utilities is very, very positive. We've been doing great with the utilities. They've been lowered than what we have budgeted. Ad and promotion, we did spend some money for ad and promotion, and that's for everything I just mentioned, Sprout, apartments.com, the ad. So that's the variance there for ad and promotion. General administrative, we are positive there. That includes payroll. Insurance and insurance is mainly due to the MIP that we didn't accrue for the MIP throughout the year. Miscellaneous, we've done good. It's in line with budget, meaning people are leaving and they're not leaving balances on their accounts. It's been minimal. Owner's expense, well, that's the cosmic invoices for the audits and the tax returns that were done at the beginning of the year. Total debt service in line with budget. Capital improvements, we are very positive there. This month, November consisted of the purchase of 2 refrigerators, vent hoods, blinds, and then we did do 5 units VCT install. So that was an expense there. But we've remained to stay positive with the expenses. And then net income throughout the year, we're still at a positive variance. Any questions on that?
No.
We did submit a quote for a realtor for the commercial space. I did have a meeting or an appointment with another realtor, Keller Williams, Mr. Lerma, and he did propose, it's the same commission from the other realtor, Mr. Cristobal Rodriguez. The commission would be 6% of lease. They wouldn't lease for the less than 24 months. He would do a market property analysis and recommend the rent amount. So he's working on that. I met with him yesterday. He's working on it, and he'll submit his proposal as soon as he's done with it. Mr. Cristobal from Unico is just waiting on us to see who is gonna be selected to market that property.
So Sarah, did Cristobal provided you with the market analysis? Or the
No,
rental?
no market analysis, but he did submit his proposal, and it's basically the same thing Mr. Lerma told me, the 6% of the total contract. Mr. Lerma would include the market analysis. Mr. Lerma mentioned something on TIs, tenant improvements, to see if we would give concessions regarding that, recommend Like if the tenant wants to stay for 5 years and we allow him to paint and update, what type of concessions would be allowed or approved. So he did have those questions for me, and I'm bringing it up to the board to see, what they recommend.
Yes, and that's probably the norm, what Lerma's trying to do, but I'm asking on Cristobal, he just gave you the contract with the 2,400 and didn't give you like, or, where did he come up with the 2,400? How did he come up with 2,400?
That's what he submitted. He didn't submit a market analysis.
And then the way I understood the agreement from Mr. Cristobal, and I know I had spoken to Sarah and asked her, so it looks like they're gonna ask us for an upfront fee of, if at 6%, is that, if I'm not mistaken,
Correct.
of the full year's rent, of 1 full year's rent, that would equate to, was it 3,456, Sarah? That was that.
Close to it, yeah. Example, 3375 at 24 months, I think their commission would be close to $6,000. And they would ask for it up front, correct?
Upfront, and regardless, so let's say we had a tenant move in and out, they would still be contracted to help us, or this is like, then we would have to enter into another contract?
No, I think the contract specifies the term amount. For example, I think Mr. Cristobal Rodriguez had noted on there, the contract would be good from, he did this back in November, so it'd be from November. He gave us a date, a specific date on that contract.
It's November 15, 2020 to November 13, 2021.
Correct. Mhm. And then that, again, we go to the realtor, they would screen, they would, do, like this other person who went by, they would do the market analysis, they would screen for us, they would, prepare the lease for the tenant, everything, yes.
And Sarah, you haven't received any other inquiries from the community or from the public, with just the regular for rent sign?
No, the one that was really interested, and I thought it was headed in the right direction, just stopped answering my calls and didn't even explain on why he had changed his mind. And that was, Mr. Maldonado from La Abuela by the outlets. I think on Zaragoza Street, if I'm not mistaken. And,
Yes.
I think he went with that other offer they made him at, Mariscada, that other place on Delmar and Springfield. And no other inquiries regarding the commercial space.
So, so for the board, if you all want for her to continue, to get more quotes, or to wait for the other market analysis, because what's gonna happen if y'all do approve this one right now, and y'all can do this, it's just that we would be agreeing to a lower rent, so you would have to just motion that you agree to that rent also, because previously you had been requesting a higher rent than that.
Because I personally think we need to rent it out. We're just losing money. Hello.
Yes. It is a one-time fee, regardless if we rent it or not. So it's gonna be 3,456, approximately for this one. I don't know if you have the amount for the other one, Sarah?
No, he hasn't recommended a rent. So, like I said, I barely met with him yesterday and he's working on his proposal.
Okay, so we wouldn't know how much that would.
Eva,
Correct.
Eva, it's Juan.
Monday.
Would you?
Yes.
I think Chris is more into the commercial than Keller Williams. No? Keller Williams, that I've dealt with him, it's all residential con Julio Lerma.
Yeah.
What do you think? Huh?
Yes. But I just wonder if,
I
you know,
think,
how did he derive to $2,400, considering that we would pay other utilities? So if you, I mean,
He did mention the downtown market. He did specify that. And he did say about the parking and all that. So I don't know if he already worked on something and that was like, he was already prepared for that.
okay, well, because normally when they present a proposal, I mean, and this is why you probably can agree with me, when they present a proposal for rental or how much they're gonna sell the house, list the house.
Yes.
They usually do their analysis and you know, based on what's renting, square footage, the purpose of or the use of the property, they'll tell you, like, this is what's renting, this is these are the rents.
Yes.
But we don't have that. because
Yeah.
yeah,
So right now it'd be kind of hard to get a rental in downtown because I don't think nothing's working downtown right now with the COVID situation. I think everything's shut down.
do you think we should get maybe a third a third quote, that someone that specializes on commercial listings?
But then it's gonna take another month. Okay, I think we should just list it because then we're just gonna lose more time. It's still gonna be in the MLS. It's still gonna be
Yes.
being promoted. So I don't know what you all think.
We had wanted to rent this property for how much a month? 35.
3375 with 1 month deposit of 3375.
Okay.
And why don't we just tell them that we want 33.75 and and bring us an offer and we'll accept it. We'll negotiate an offer instead of starting at 2,400.
So what happened? So yes, we could definitely do that, but also just keep in mind, listing it at 3,375. Sorry, would also increase his 6% fee. So I mean,
Well,
and
we
just
can maybe negotiate that number.
okay.
I would think everything negotiable.
So yeah, and especially if, let's say we want to list it at 3,375, but we're willing to negotiate. So we know we might not get those 330.75. Sorry.
Yes.
So can we basically y'all can motion that we ask the realtor to consider maybe decreasing that 4%, I mean that 6% to a 5 or to a 4, because ultimately we might still get, the same, he might still get the money he wanted because we're ultimately going to rent it for less. I mean, I
Yes.
don't know. I mean, y'all can put that in a motion.
So I think so, but I think we need already listed because we're gonna, by the time we meet, it's gonna be next year and we're still gonna be stuck with a unit.
Correct.
So I don't know what you all think, board members, that we should just hire either Chris or Jaime, what's his name?
Julio Lerma.
Julio Lerma, yes.
Yeah, I think between the two, I think Cristobal, I think, has more background, right?
That's what I think. Yeah,
commercial.
that's what I've seen him. He's done all of it. Everything's commercial. What he's doing.
Yes, on that I agree with you 100%. But I just don't want to be set at $2,400.
No, we should. I think we should just re-counter with him and tell him, you know what, we want 3,300 and this is our terms, and if he accepts it, but he'll list it. If not, we'll just go with somebody else.
Okay, so your motion will be to counter or to ask Hamilton Hotel to basically negotiate to remain the 3,375 rental fee.
Yes.
And then do you all want to counter that 6% or leave it at 6%?
At 5% commission.
So yeah, I think that we can negotiate that to 5%.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I
how
will
much would
contact
that
the
be?
And I guess, going
How
back,
much would that be at if it was 6% at 33, whatever, how much is the commission?
So I just roughly did the numbers. If it's 6% at the 2,400, it seems like it was gonna be 3,456 that he was gonna make a one-time fee. But if we increase it to 3,375
It's
at 5%,
4,360.
it's 2,073. Is that
No, 4,860. If we leave it at 6% with the 3,375 monthly
And the other one was how
for
much?
24 months.
yeah? But
How,
they want you to negotiate a 5% on that one.
no, but how much is it at 6%? 4,000?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, okay. So at five, if you're leaving it at 6%, it would increase it to. I'm sorry. What did you get?
4860. 4860.
48.
Okay, and at 2,400?
Times 6% times 24.
it's 5184.
456.
So we're talking about a couple of $100 difference or what?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's even worth the time of I think we should just leave it at 6% so they can try and push it.
Yeah, I think that 6% is not, we leave it at 6%.
Yes,
Okay.
we leave it at 6%.
Yeah, tell him that we want to get a little bit more of rent unless he comes back and presents his, market analysis and says, you know what, this is what it's renting and this is why I came up with the 2,400, then we will reconsider his lower, amount.
Yes,
But until
I'm
we see
100%.
that, then we can decide.
I'm for that.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
So then we move to a contract with Cristobal Rodriguez with those terms, no?
Yes.
So the terms will be the 3,375
Yes.
3,375.
at the 6%.
Correct.
Yes.
What is the longest lease term you would accept?
Because I think we can get as many years as long as we put a clause in there that we at the 24 months we would maybe renegotiate the terms if the economy is doing better,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
And on this contract, it includes the utilities.
Yes, the utilities are included.
Yes, utilities are included.
So let me ask you, on the 6%, he's gonna get from the rent, that's gonna be upfront, correct?
Correct.
And then what about this other 6% broker fee? Are there two separate 6%? Or it's one for the gross rental income?
My understanding was one for the gross income.
And then the other 6% for the broker fee, so we're gonna pay a total of 12%?
That wasn't my understanding, but then again, I haven't,
Okay, fine.
well, I'll clarify it with him. That was not my understanding.
Oh, that's a lot of money. No?
Yeah.
No, I think it's more like a 6% no, in total.
Well, it's
I think so.
percentage rate equal to 6, but, multiplied by tenants' gross sales. So let's say, 6% of the rental sales. And then if you scroll down a little bit on the contract, on the broker's fee, is at 6% of all the base rents to be paid over the term of the lease. So just to clarify that if it's 6 and 6 or just a 6%.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure he's charging you a percentage to represent and to list the property, and then a percentage for the rent. I think that's how it works, but clarify with him. I'm not in the commercial area, I'm more in the residential one. What do you think?
Because I think 6% is a number, the cap. No, I think 12% would be, that's a lot of money, no?
Yeah, then just clarify, but I guess 6%.
Yes,
Been capped.
because in the residential side, they give you 1 month rent, doesn't they? Don't they? As a commission?
See, residential to that 1 month. Yeah,
Yes. So on the commercial, I would think it's a 6%.
okay,
I'll clarify with Mr. Rodriguez.
okay. 6% is it's an okay fee for commercial.
Yes.
So we need a motion, right, for,
I think the motion was on the table by Juan. So we just would need a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
aye?
Aye.
So we have three approvals. There's nobody to deny it, so the motion passes.
Okay, and just a clarification on those 6%, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, Tina, so I believe this is the, is there any other items on the agenda? I think this is the last item.
Yes, the other item I just wanted to bring up to the board is, and it does fall under this item of any possible action, or I know in the past we've had some conversation where the board has asked the city to assist with some how are we going to go about the management, continuing management of the Hamilton Hotel. And I know the board has asked, sometimes, for the city to take a little bit more hands-on. I know right now we only work at the capacity of a staff liaison. But, in the future, I don't know if you all want to consider some other arrangement. I know I did speak to Pepe, to Mr. Zuniga a few weeks ago, just to let him know if you all want to start having any conversations or talks about what's the next step for the board. If you all have any projects in mind, or do you all want to maintain management control of the Hamilton, or is it time to consider maybe the city taking over the Hamilton? So those are things that maybe right now you do have a quorum. We can open discussion if there's any questions or concerns, or if you want to wait to have a full board, full board, so we can have more discussion on that. But I know in the past it has been brought up also on the side of Capstone Management. They have an ongoing contract that kind of initiated many years ago, and I know there's been talk about what is the next step. Should we strengthen that agreement? Should we request other proposals from other management companies? What is the board wanting to do? Next steps. I know Capstone has provided also the operating budget and I forwarded it to, I think Sonia had forwarded it to just a few of the board members, but I forwarded it to everyone a few minutes ago. So that is their operating budget for 2021. I believe she usually wants or needs an approval from the board to proceed. Sonia, by when do you need the approval on that budget?
At least by the beginning of January, because in January, we would still use these numbers, just so we can have numbers to compare to on the financials and give you all reports accordingly. So I would say mid-January, the latest, if possible. And if not, like I tell you, we'll push these numbers through. And of course, if you want changes, so we can always make them.
So just a few items that I wanted you all to consider. We can open for discussion on any of them right now, or if you all want to put any specific item for the next agenda, we could also do that.
I think that we need to wait for the entire board to be present. I know that this conversations we've had it, but we just, I guess, we get together and decide what we're gonna do, but as a full board.
Correct. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So if no other further discussion, did you all want to also, what I'll do is we'll see how soon. I know in the past we have been meeting every 2 months. We might have to call a meeting in January so that Sonia can get her approval on the budget. So I'll advise you all, we don't have a standing right now a calendar or at this, but what I'll do is in the next meeting, I'll present you all a yearly calendar. I know usually you all have liked to keep it at every 2 months, and usually Wednesdays work out fine. Is that correct? You all still want to kind of me to
Yes.
present something similar? Okay.
Yes.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Then I'll do that for the next meeting.
Okay, so if there's no any other items, I'm gonna call the meeting to adjourn. It's already 12:52 p.m. So a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I motion.
I second.
Okay, motion by Eva Montoya and second by Juan Gonzalez. So motion carry, meeting adjourned.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.